Come and join me as I take all of this material, cut it up, organize it, and put it into a fabric swatch book. I cut the pieces into about 3-inch pieces. You'll see me color coordinate them, organize them later by color. But first, once I cut them up, we're going to have to pretty much seal the ends of the fabric so that it doesn't run when people flip the pages and feel the material. The grosgrain ribbons, if you're not familiar, they run. So to avoid that from happening, once I organize this here, you're going to see we're just going to put a little fire. We're just going to light the ends of both ends of the material with a little fire. So I got my little candle lighter, and you just rub it along the edges there. And I would feel the material just to make sure it wouldn't ravel. So I kind of kept doing it until when I picked at it, I couldn't feel it unraveling. And this process took me, I would say, about a good 2 weeks. I would organize by color, put it in these Ziploc bags, and this one is the purple category. I had orange, greens, blues, browns, blacks, and it helped me because this project took me about 2 weeks. So each day I would come home from work and I would grab like 2 Ziploc bags and just staple them to the fabric swatch book. And I tell you, it's really easy on the eyes when your fabric swatch book is organized by color. Some organize by material, putting all the cottons and wools and taffeta and silks together. I chose to organize by color. So this is the book that I got. I did get it from Amazon. It's hardcover. I prefer hardcover. They do have soft cover fabric swatch books. I'm able to put 4 swatches on each page. And look how skinny this book is. By the end of this video, you're going to see how thick this book gets. I use a pencil to make notes on the pages because inventory changes. You run out of things, you run out of material. So if you need to replace it and put in a new note of your inventory or who the supplier is, you can just erase it, So I wouldn't put anything in pen. This is a tool I didn't know I needed in terms of the stapler. I used a long stapler. It helped me reach the middle of the page. My regular short stapler you see to the right of me, the blue one in the background, the blue and gray one, it just wasn't big enough. I used it for the edges, but if I wanted to get into the far left of the page or the middle of the page, I needed a long stapler, and this saved me. I wouldn't use tape because tape doesn't hold all the material down, especially if it's thicker material. And then if you have to remove it because you no longer have that inventory, guess what? You start to tear at your paper. So I feel like stapling was the best. Yes, it puts little holes in your page, but you can cover it up with material and never see those little perforated holes. So we're just going to do one page here, so I can just show you how I do it. Very simple. Stapling. And even when I did the purples, I would do the dark purples, the deep purples first, and then the lighter purples, lilacs, lavender, and anything in between. Guys, I'm so happy I finally finished it, my fabric swatch book, and I want to thank my very particular client because I asked her I was doing a custom job, and I was just like, what hats do you like? Because I've done it with custom jobs before. I just asked them a few questions and they would trust me to come up with that. But some people want to pick it out themselves, especially if it's a custom job. So she was like, well, what do you have? And, she named some things. She said, but I want to see what you have. And I'm like, I got a lot of stuff. So initially I sent her pictures because of the time. We had limited time. So I sent her pictures of all the cut up swatches that I put in here. And then from there, she picked it out. But in the future, when clients come into the shop, now they can touch and feel the fabric. And this took about 2 weeks. It's color, it's organized by colors, and it's even organized by fabrics, because in the back, whoops, no, one didn't fall out. Okay. Now I remember there was one I didn't staple. I said I was going to come back to. So back here, I have some Ankara, Dutch, and African fabrics. And I also have Japanese fabrics that I put further back. Two fell out. How? These are staples. Okay. I gotta go through this book and make sure these don't continue to fall out. But so far, it's just the Japanese fabric. So I think it was my oversight. So hold on. We're not gonna leave any page unturned. That's what happened. I put that in the back. I was down to my last 3 swatches, and I'm like, oh, I'll come back and do it. And look at that. I got so excited. Hold on. There we go. We're going to fix this right now. Okay. So give me a second to get organized. Okay. And good. Done. No more falling out. Okay. And in the front, so that, for those who come in and they know what they want, then, and they probably don't want to look through the whole book, because sometimes, some people may enjoy looking through a whole book, and some people just may say, I only want pink swatches, I only want orange colors, or this feel, or they may know what they want. So I tried my best in the front, in the index here. I put all the colors, the solids, and then I also put the African swatches and the Japanese swatches. And I put, these are the pages that they're on. So we can go straight to them, and I'll mark it, I'll mark it with like those little Post-its, and I'll mark the page, and I'll mark the swatch. And that'll be that. So I feel grown up now. I feel like, yeah, this has, it's really helped me to cater more to my clients who do the custom jobs, the commission jobs. Now I got 2. One is hardback and one is paperback. This one is just for my scraps, because there's nothing like pulling a fabric. So if somebody says, oh, I want this fabric, and then it's not enough to go around the whole hat. You don't want to have to be like, oh, I don't have enough. So sometimes my scraps, of course I use my scraps in different ways. I might combine it with another fabric. I did that with one of my hats, my gray hat. I put half stripe, half polka dot. It was great, actually. That's one of my favorite hat bands, because I was like, look at this, it worked. So sometimes you'll see that. You'll see more than one hat band on a hat. So that's when, you know, you may jump in and use your scraps. But this book, I have enough to go around um, any hat size. And it's important to note that I write in this book in pencil. Why? Because your inventory changes, your swatches change. I may have to take some of these swatches in the hard cover book, put them in the soft cover book because they turn to scraps. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to write in it and use the pages, make sure you do pencil because your inventory changes all the time. And this is one thing that I love that they did in this hard cover fabric swatch book. They have a supplier contact list. Now, I wish I had this book when I first started buying my ribbons and hat bands, because for a lot of them, I honestly don't know where I got them. I don't. I mean, yeah, because I have, for instance, it's funny, I pulled the exact page of one of the swatches that I love, and I don't even know who I bought this from. So this one, I love it. I have some left, but I want more of it. And I went online and I did my best search. I bought something similar, and this is fine. I need to hurry up and write it down. So for things like that, because I do embroidery with that type of braided ribbon. So definitely write down where you get these from, especially when you collect a lot, because after a while you get them from multiple people. Now, I will say there are quite a few swatches. For instance, like these. See, these are like embellished, you know, like gems. I do know that some of these swatches are discontinued, like those embellished ones. So once that goes, that's it. Because the company that I bought it from in New York, they're going out of business, and they actually said that this month was probably their last month. Some said they've been going out of business for a long time now. So they use that going out of business sale. But yeah. So all right, guys, we are growing and doing some organized things, getting organized, being grown. All right, I hope if you felt like this video has helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I promise I'm going to put out a video every week in August. I need to promise myself, you know, because this is good. I love sharing. It helps me stay organized and keep pumping it out. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and thank you for coming back to see what I have the following week. Okay, all right, see you soon. And if you want to see anything or have any ideas of anything you'd like to see, I'd love to produce that for you. All right, take care, guys.